because he never, in the first half of the season, he never substituted and gave those second-tier players, if I may call them that, chances to play. Now you're forced to bring them in, and you expect something from them, but they don't have the rhythm.
You expect a miracle from them, but it's impossible.
Hey, Sahbi.
Yo.
You're the newest panel member, right?
Yeah.
So is there something you want to tell our viewers?
Actually, I do. Guys, please subscribe to our channel.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of GameTalk. Today we lost another game against Heracles for the Dutch league. Today to discuss with me the game is a new panel member, Don't Front.
What's up, guys?
Don't Front. Before we talk about the game and about the sad loss, for the viewers that don't know you, because this is your first time, of course, what kind of fan would you describe yourself as? An Ajax fan?
I think now I'm a casual fan. I used to be a really huge fan, I think, from the class of 95, featuring Blind, the father, Liedmanen, and of course Kluivert, etc. Rijkaard. I stopped watching, I think, when they lost the Juventus final. I think it was 2001, I'm not sure. And then it really watered down.
So you're telling me you have stopped watching Ajax since the 97, 96, 97?
A long time, yeah. So for me, it's like...
So now occasionally you watch a game?
Casual, very casual.
The European ones especially?
Sometimes, Europa Leagues, and sometimes the Champions League last year. When they were in.
Do you know any of the current players?
I know most of them now. Yeah.
All right, good, that's good. So we watched the game together. We had a very tough loss last Thursday against Getafe. And then we're going to Almelo, Heracles. We know it's difficult. AstroTurf, the weather conditions are a bit not really good for the way that Ajax wants to play. What are you thinking about now that the game has finalized?
First thing clear, apart from the weather conditions, which is hard for both of the teams, of course, Almelo has the home advantage. They're used to the turf, but Ajax has played many games on turf away. I'm not sure about other teams. I'm not sure. Almelo's not the single one with turf. Right?
No.
So even though like an experienced team like Ajax should be able to deal with this.
So it's not an excuse in your opinion?
I don't think it's an excuse. Of course, it influences both teams. So then the same argument would apply for Almelo.
Okay. All right. So no external factors then? That's a non-argument according to you?
Edge it out for both. But for me, the thing is, the trend has started earlier. So I think apart from the players not individually performing as well, let alone as a team, they were dreadful, I think. This is a management thing. I think you look at Ten Hag and maybe the technical advisors, Overmars and sorry, I forgot the name.
Van der Sar?
The player management on technical level, on higher level, acquiring and selling players or loaning and borrowing players. But on the coaching level, operational level, I think it's not good. It's not good.
Why not? Can you explain that a little bit? What do you mean exactly? I mean, why do you come to that conclusion? What's going on according to you?
I've been seeing the trend for the past couple of months now. I've been sensing it since even last year, since they lost the semifinal
against Spurs.
Yeah. The way he brings young players, in my opinion, it doesn't fit. The concept of Ajax.
The youth strategy of Ajax. You mean the lack of. Or you mean the way he's managing the youth players? What is exactly the criticism you have?
Both. It's bringing the youth players, giving them the opportunity to play.
Because let's make it clear, you think they don't get enough playing time.
Letting them develop, but he's not letting them develop enough, I think. He's still holding on to the old concept.
The concept of, but the thing is...
Big players, Tadic, Ziyech, Huntelaar even, Babel.
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. So, but the thing is that Ajax also thinking, you know what? We made it to the semifinals. We sold two of our best players, if I may say so. De Ligt, Frenkie. Now we have to go to another season. We have Champions League level again. We don't want it to be a one-year thing. We want to be structurally performing European-wise and also league-wise, domestically. We want to also retain our position, number one position, etc., etc. So, to a certain extent, I do understand that they want to get, players that are of a certain level, that have a certain name, that have a certain reputation. So then you come to Babel as an example. Whether it's a good fit or not, that's another discussion. But I do understand the idea behind it, because it was successful in the sense that when they got Tadic and Blind, Ajax started being at a higher level, and at the same time keeping Ziyech and Donny, etc., etc. So now they're getting other players, that are not anymore not only youth, but they're trying to they want Ajax to operate at a certain level, high level. And they think they can do that by getting players in a certain scale of transfer, like 10 to 20 million now, which Ajax didn't do in the past because we were not in that situation that we can do that. So at that time, we were forced to bring in youth, and now Ajax doesn't want to incident, like every year, see how the youth develops and if we can make it yes or no. No, they want to have certainty. So that's the idea behind the technical side. And I think that's how Overmars thinks, that's how Ten Hag and maybe Van der Sar thinks as well.
But it's not working. Look at how it's, in practice, how it's working on field. They reacquire Babel, put him in, apart from you having discussions about how you the formation, because now he plays 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, kind of, yes.
I'm not sure
4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, yes,
a staffing
correct.
issue, because that it starts before even reaching the semifinals.
But you know what? Look,
he didn't bring Ekkelenkamp or Eiting or Gravenberch before that, right? Either. This year, he started only after the bad performances. He started to put them in.
Look, I do agree with you personally. I do agree with you.
Martinez, you let
Martinez,
Noah Lang even go, which is a young talent.
Yeah, he would loan out basically.
I think the focal point is too much on the older players. Too much. Of course, you have to have like a mix. You have to have a hybrid mix of older players, veteran players versus young players, because you of course need to school the young players and have them, bring them sort of slowly.
But you think it's going too much to the other side?
He has been holding too long to older players.
Yeah.
In this case, and the older players have not brought what we expect to see.
Yeah, that's true. And to make it even worse, and that's one of the criticism that Ten Hag is receiving, is the older players that are supposed to perform and carry the team, they're underperforming. And here comes the thing, Ten Hag doesn't take action. And the most clear example at the moment is Tadic. Tadic is playing not so well, if I may say so.
Sure.
But one might argue he's playing at the wrong side. He's playing at the right side, which is not his ideal frontline position. However, he's put there because they got Babel, and Babel's best position, one of the best positions, is left.
He thinks about the old players too much. So you put a veteran player on the right side, who's a lefty on the right
lefty on the right
winger, and on the left you have Babel, who's a righty on the left winger. But why not change and put like Ekkelenkamp in between and have someone else on the left and out in the right winger? And the way he's formatting his squad is too much
hassle. He's shoveling a little bit
he's
too much.
He's shifting too much also, but that's another discussion.
Yeah.
But it starts with, in my view, like Huntelaar. Traoré, you acquire Traoré, or you have Traoré from the youth squad, and you don't use him, and he chooses the third substitution. He chooses Ekkelenkamp over Traoré, which I think you're 1-0 behind. You're already stressing. Why no? Or add a striker even. Let Huntelaar be like.
I don't know. I think maybe. Look, the only thing I can argue about Traoré is maybe because he played already last Thursday. He's still coping with the mechanics of like playing at a high level. Maybe he want to give him a bit of rest. I don't know what his plans are. Maybe he wants to play with him on Thursday again. I don't know. But coming back to your point. I just want to say that I do understand what you're saying. And I think also, look, for me, the most clear example today, personally, is you've been bringing Eiting. Eiting was doing pretty okay. And then all of a sudden, you bench him, and these are the games that you have to let him play again. But then he chooses for Gravenberch. For me, he's always shifting. He's always changing, then it's Gravenberch, then it's Eiting. Then sometimes, like today, you're 1-0 behind. I don't understand. I mean, I understand Babel was not in the game, and he had to bring somebody who can replace him as a position, But why bring in a youth player that, according to me, hasn't not even played this season in the first team? And that's Danilo.
There's no consistency. In my view, there's no consistency. Apart from the fact that you have a formation issue, I think, staffing issue. You do not give them the players something to hold on to. Not only the younger players, but the older players seem to be like lost. And you expect more. That's why I graded them at least lower than the younger players.
Yeah.
Because most of the young players did actually very well.
Yes.
But they were asked to do something like climb the mount at first, even against Amelo. Amelo was not playing bad at all. But it's because Ajax was letting them get this far, apart from the fact that you start to think about substituting until the 67th minute, I think.
No, actually, he made the first substitution in the second half.
Yeah, that was the first half. Yeah.
No, the second half he already brought.
Yeah,
I
at
think
45. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So that was the first one.
Were way too late.
Yeah, he waited a little bit on that one, but that's how he does most of the time. That's his way of like substituting.
He doesn't have a sense of the game. He doesn't feel the vibe.
Let me ask you another question, and then we go a little bit on topic on the game, really quick. I think it was Ajax that said previously. He said that what the problem is. The problem is that Ten Hag has the vision of playing always with the same kind of players, and once these kind of players, which is happening this year, like Promes, like Neres, like even Ziyech was injured for a while. He didn't play today, by the way. If these players don't play, then the others that are gonna play, that the second tier players that he's choosing from, they cannot bring the same level, which we understand. But to me, it's even more than that, because he never, in the first half of the season, he never substituted and gave those second tier players, if I may call them that, chances to play. Now you're forced to bring them in. And you expect something from them, but they don't have the rhythm. You expect
a miracle from them, but it's impossible.
It's impossible because you didn't give them
development. You cannot expect someone like Ekkelenkamp.
And this is more for the youth players even, because youth players are waiting for the chances, and youth players need a rhythm. They need to get in the rhythm and need to accustom to the level and the players around them. So now he doesn't have a choice. He has to play with a youth player. But even so, he doesn't consistently choose one player. One game is Gravenberch, one game it's Eiting, one game is this, one game is that. And that's what you see now, in my opinion. You don't see any like players know from each other, okay, this is what you do, I'm doing this, you're doing that.
There's no routine.
Or do you think we're being too harsh?
There's no routines. No, I don't think we're being too harsh. I think it's a lot. You can have criticisms on the players, younger players. Most of them, I think you can criticize the older players, the veteran players. But for me, management is here the thing.
All right.
The axe, actually, Ten Hag, maybe even the technical staff, and acquiring and letting people play. But this is a trend that should have been, I think, picked up before. Even it's not just today. It's a trend that has been going on for, I think, a year at least, or even before.
Yes.
Them having success in Champions League last year. Ideally, you would like to have people like Ekkelenkamp, Eiting, Gravenberch to be substituted at a 2-0, 3-0, 80th minute and let them have more experience, right? But now he's forced to give them or bring them in at like a death row situation where you have to come back from in 10 minutes, you have to score at least in draw and save your life. But it looks like he doesn't even train with the younger players in these situations, because it's too dynamic. They don't have any structure at all. So now they're expected to do it like plug and play, but these young players are not ready to plug and play, even though the level is like high. You're expecting Ajax youth players to already have a certain kind of level, but it's too high.
Okay,
I think the expectation is too high, and I think this is due to mismanagement.
Let's make it or keep it short in terms of the game itself. Can you tell me what you thought of the goal that we conceded?
Bad defending. A person like Daley Blind should know better. To be positionally outmaneuvered like this by Cyril Dessers, who did a great job at outmaneuvering the defender, Daley Blind. And the way he rocketed that goal in was sensational. Crazy.
We're not supposed to say that, by the way.
Sensational?
No, we're not supposed to...
Be pro Amelo?
Exactly.
Okay, I think it's enough bashing of Ajax, but it's respectful of...
No, I understand. It was a joke. It was a nice goal, but honestly, it was a rookie. Not even a rookie would make that mistake. I don't understand what Blind was doing at that time. If you're misjudging the ball because of the windy conditions or something, you go stand behind him. But you don't, the way he was standing.
From someone like Daley Blind, you expect something better. Mm-hmm. The guy has Premier League experience for a couple of years now. So positionally, you are not allowed to be outmaneuvered like this.
Yeah.
Because you stand laterally, directly next to him where you have a high ball. You know the way you have wind conditions, you have turf, slippery, the ball, how it bounces is unexpected. And he lets him put it away like he's an amateur.
Yeah. Honestly, one more thing. Please, your view on this. If it was not for Onana, we would be losing more than 1-0. Do you agree?
The most definitely, yeah. I think he was the savior. He is the savior, like he has been many times before. Monarch, yeah.
All right. Thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you.
How do you see our chances for coming Thursday? Really quick.
Dim, very dim.
Because of the situation Ajax is in?
Because of the coaching situation, yeah.
Okay.
The coaching and the training situation.
Yeah.
The staffing, not so much the individual players, but of course they have their input on how they perform. But I think it's a more higher level and how you train, what's your vision on putting the formation, the squad, how you want to develop younger players and let that cohese or be a more hybrid mix, a better mix as what we are supposed to see from Ajax.
Yeah. All right. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Guys, thank you for watching. Please stay tuned for the upcoming game on Thursday against Getafe. It's going to be a very important game. Thank you again. See you next time. Bye.